Lhateng Jamo Tulku. Dege Salo Chunjagana, Ningachi, Dege Shindu, Zadawa Chadin Machi, Yamisi Vatan, Nedo Khatrul Rinpoche, and Zanani, Chinato Tamalani, Kazan, and Nievechala, De Simbe, any Losalani, who have the Japa on the Tamala, Tashi delays. And it was a other
So I want to greet everyone on this our first Sukhavati practice, Buddha Amitabha practice of the new year 2013. And thank you all so much for coming. And I want to respectfully wish you all a very happy New Year. And from the depths of my heart, rejoice in our good fortune in being here this time.
I want to say thank you so much, Devi. Is coming today. Actually, this is a Monday practice.
Thank you.
Anything is on it. Angato Napachitan de Montreal started 2000. When I am coming here?
2008.
2008. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. Very fast. Pachita delici chadi, then de la young, ting down boat de la young delici chadi. De la young is on the Daba de Mamanyong Matuba. Chingaranga Lu, Ma is on Gosung Tony. Chindis Hanila, Makanga Kansanjila, Pin Torson, Sabara Jingarang. They simple law jetila, but it is in je go juni law what. They simple law what, smicky dena. Muneji Malay Pia, what you toss on this on it. The Rasangala de Yawazamahimba. Mixing all the chusos in the Yoma, the inn and the Hambas to the garden town, and the children to that Loma Sumala. Tanga to young rips in the dark.
So I'm really happy today about the time that I've spent here with you all, with the varying numbers of people that I've been involved with in the Carmel area over these 5 years now. But thanks to all of you in Wave Street Studios, and many people now, I feel that there's really been some good amount of benefit. I'm happy about what we've been able to do so far. So looking back on these 5 years, not to mention the center, starting, I think it's really gone well. Even though we haven't, established our own actual center, but
New Year, Losala to you, the Losargi Corny, Tajatang Kazam message, the Chamala, Tangi. Tangi Namju Chushi, Chushi Adamasi, Tamaji message, Tana message, she did the Linja what Sunju de Chuku Corny, Maranga some of the Tang Mela. Tung message in a Delayan Chuko, the Shiro Kazange, Losarka condition. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Yongtam Yongsiate, 아니 내 심벨로라 아니 간대시에도 너 니동 주니클로라 아니 다제시 아니 딜로데 야고 정도나 아니 지 딜레다 만들어 득발라 만들어 로 야고지 차도와 면도 아니 야고 차요바 있는 가와곰 아니 데라 야고 차메바 있는 아니 다데 용적이 니동 주순 거 로데라 아니 담자세네 아니 지디 로디나나 아니 지문에 대추에는 냐면이나 가네는 야고지 지사바 아니 담자된 진네 지스네 아니 두두 로사 두두 송자 세와이나 아니 로사 된다디 바지 차게 요리시.
So every New Year's, I send a brief message of New Year's greetings to all of my students and friends around the world, and I don't like to just say Happy New Year's if it's and assuming that it's always time for celebration, but rather to have some kind of Dharma-related message of how I feel about it. And this year, what I had said was that if we want to really say was it a Happy New Year or not, we need to look back on the previous year, 2012, and see how well it went. Was it mixed with lots of negative things, negativity? Then that wouldn't be something to be too happy about, and there would be more need for determination to improve in the next year, future year. Whereas if we saw that in the previous year we didn't get involved in too much negativity, afflicted states of mind, fights, and so on, then it's more. Then we do have something to rejoice about, or to be really happy about, and then to look for more of the same. So.
야야. 어떤데 제. 다 들은 가서 냠래라. 내 진심도. 아니 남자 준도. 다 로. How many years we practice Amitabha here?
3 years and a half.
3 years and a half. That is 차차요리. 디 림바데라. 아니 아주 다 아미타바라 제 ring 두바 제본 링바 두바치 숨이시네. 다 제바데 아니 다가 배발한도도 폴렌 아니 사우트 인디아 아서쇼 아니 배바게. 다 쇼가 주주 덤바네 공다 주주 덤바더니 냠미시네. 배배한테 지게요리 다 델럽에 망보요리.
주스 같으네.
쇼가 주주 드는 공다 주주 덤바 지바바다.
주스 지금.
주수지마 쇼가 주수 드네 공다 주주 덤바다.
주스 진이라.
주수 준이 바다. 7 to 7.
툰
다시 시기요라. 아다데 제바래. 아니 다다 같이 남자 준도 가사시 냠네시 내가 출한 그 주대야 돼. 단 정보래. 다 뭐망보지다 아메리카 뭐다 내하고요. Very busy country, very busy people. 그러와. 근데 이제 자네 뭐망보지고 다데 this 망타 야삼니. 나를 동티는 라마성데 당에 파치 출바시디. 근데 지금도 근데 이제 자네 랭에들라 두바 레제 두바 다 델레 두스지 요마다 델레 두스 다 트레이닝 고즈는 아주 되냐네체 애니 디 나니 티스 곰 자야데 곰 자티스 강마마셰 단디 두바데 뇽도 로디 자니 곰 자티스 망아셰 근데 지세는 게 간데 도사고도 트레이닝 고즈네.
So it has been 3.5 years that we've been doing this Amitabha practice, Sukhavati practice. And with Tibetans in Portland and in South India, I've done another Buddha Amitabha practice, Sukhavati practice, which is even more extensive than this one. And we'll do this practice in 4 sessions, starting at 7 a.m. and finishing at 7 p.m. So throughout the day, in very intensive retreats of 4 long meditation sessions. And so this practice that we've been doing is only the medium length practice. But I've been thinking about the situation here in America and how people are so busy, lives are so busy. And although nobody has actually come up and said it to my face, I've kind of gotten the impression, and I've inferred that I think it's a bit much sometimes for people, this practice in its length. And so in adapting to that, I'm going to say that from today we're going to start using another practice on the Monday night practices that is a short practice. In fact, it's the shortest of the short. Okay, so this is a very brief recitation practice, and yet I want to emphasize more the meditation aspect of it. So so I'm thinking that this may well be suited to our needs now.
아니 남주 지란서 뺀데 수생다지나 다 수생 당 권한서 가시지인다 대신이 말이지 대 지란서 지에바드는 냠니시게요나 아니 낭네 되죠요나 아니 냠니 낭 델레나 자다바 값서 디바드 가죠 냠니시제세 같이 이나양 지에바들 대시 달로시 타바이나 담부 값서 갈래 가보 요리다 하고 대시 유마트니 하 고름지다. 문에 들 중심 도가. 지 고름다 딘바 마추와 코랑나 류시 마 고름든 로드잖아. 지 저 당보 신고 일라 딘바. 주니바 게자상바. 주선바 상주부 신. 주지바 호와다 몰람시 대화진의 집에 주시들은 매 좋아하는 마사모당. 아니 심토로 저는듯이 공자한데. 텔레 중심 도가 삼상하다지. 아니 유마 마트 아니 님발라 통도 가서 님바 코랑 정말 담베네 아니 검자나 또니 그 검자나 르시는 검자 된듯이인데 아니 초낭 만나와지다 디 초아들 믹서지 독사바다 나라 냠용돈 시에요다 요레시 같이 발려나 지난주 낭니 디스 달로트바이나 초아 제바들 디스 달로트바이나 야보 요레시.
But those of you who want to continue doing the longer practice, such as Suzanne, please keep doing it at home. And as whenever you have the time, as much as you can, and we'll do the shorter practice here on Mondays. But as you do this practice, this longer practice, it might seem like a lot at first, but if you do it regularly, if you get kind of into it, you'll see that there's reasons for it. You'll see, there's meaning behind it. The four causes for taking rebirth in Sukhavati are all present here. Visualizing the pure land of Sukhavati, creating positive energy through making offerings, developing the bodhicitta, mind of enlightenment, of love and compassion, and then the dedication, all these prayers, the four causes of taking rebirth in Sukhavati. You can see that they're all present in this practice. And when you do meditation with the recitation of the mantra, and you do meditation in that practice, then you'll have more profound experiences. It's a really special practice for that reason, and so I'm speaking from my own experience here. I'll let you know about that.
제땅네 갈래 마잠나 둔데미 바데 단 무슨 통주리 자벨린 통주 갈래 마잠나 둔데메 스페나 인지책나 노페 노겐세도 당근에리고 대신 냠닌세 로경세 대신 두르세 어촉세 준드세 근데 지 세와이나 슈라나 네바도야 요든 직디라에 네바도야 요다
So it should be obvious. It should be obvious to everyone that without some effort, without some work, no results are gained. So results take some amount of perseverance, effort, enthusiasm, and so on. It's that way in worldly work. It's also that way in Dharma practice. So it's it's good to sometimes really put forth some effort, persevere, or continuously keep up enthusiasm, because, as Rinpoche said, it's no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. Right? So.
No pain in the cassette.
I forget what that means. What does that mean?
No pain in the person now.
Yeah, let now mena then kepsang ragi mares.
Oh, gains in the case.
Gains in kepsang so. In chuchol yang go trigger.
No pain, no gain.
Yeah, mena raya gains and raya.
Raya chidwa.
Kagi raya mare.
That's because in the kalema jam the dream.
So in Tibetan, it's like if you don't work hard, no results will be forthcoming.
Then jikting tola, then I saw in the summer, and jikting dog tola. Not supon dim metsek tola. Kase kale jagata. Jikting di metsek tola. Kale kalasaya, jabatu, and di tola kale kate jagata.
How much do we have to work in the course of our lives, just to survive, to feed ourselves, to clothe ourselves, to get everything we need? There's already quite a bit of work we just have to do in this life, isn't there?
Today, the Tane Chula, Tangachu Kale Jaguar, she Magora, the legend Kale Cheschi, Jitin Dele Kale Cheschi. Le Laos in the Chusiade. The day the Tane, that Kale Jayat catching bodies. There's Tundusia catching bodies.
And actually, as hard as we would work in worldly things, it's much more important to work harder, even harder, in the area of spiritual matters. It's so important to develop ourselves internally.
All the niche, that the ring that the chin. Should Yamin Shiki, the Janim, and Namja Jund, and a catching bu gone.
So in starting in with the short practice, like I always mention, before the main part of a practice, we have the preliminary stage. And the preparatory practice is even more important than the main practice, because that's the stage at which we adjust our motivation.
Mahayana, Hinayana, Mahayana, Wajarayana, Tewasung Chu. Shiri. Then they take what Chimbu Chu and Wajayan Nani, any Maha an Ate. Sineta, Chi, Karisaka Tiparamba Gu, Saju Juju Namjer, Tia Upa Yoga, Maha an Ate. Si Tiparamba Gus hand, taken any Tipa Tambote, Ate Yoga Chu. Tipa Guin and Tipa Poshite. Charlie Rista. Hinayana Mari, Mahayana Mari. Hinayana le Lasa Mahayana. Mahayana le Lasa Wajayana. Wajayana Nani, Saju Juju Namjuju, any Tia Upa Yoga, Maha and Ate. Tiparamba Gusin, the Tiparamba Guin and Tam Toshu. Ate Yoachu.
So now in terms of vehicles or ways, the Sanskrit is yanas of the practice within Buddha's teachings. We can talk about three in general, of the Hinayana, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. or the Hinayana is sometimes called the Theravadan, or individual vehicle, Mahayana, the great vehicle, the great way, and then Vajrayana, the tantric vehicle of practice. And each of these goes farther and is more profound and more encompassing and vaster than the previous. The Mahayana exceeds the Hinayana in many ways, the Vajrayana then exceeds the general Mahayana. And then within the Vajrayana, the tantric practices, you can talk about 9 different levels of practice, of Kriya, Charya, Yoga, Maha-yoga, great highest yoga, and then Maha, Anu, and Ati yogas, the three more above this. So 9 vehicles in all. And this practice is of the very highest order. It's of the 9th, the Ati, the most pinnacle, highest of the yanas of the different practices within Buddhism and our Tibetan tradition. So, this is such a profound and vast practice that we have the opportunity to do. It's just so powerful. Padmasambhava Guru Rinpoche said, tantric practice is such that if you do meditation in the morning, you can attain enlightenment in the morning. If you do meditation in the evening, you attain enlightenment in the evening. So it's this kind of potent practice that we have the opportunity to do.
But
for that to happen now,
there's a
lot of preparation that we need to do from our own side for that to happen. So it's not by just praising it now that you're going to be able to attain enlightenment this evening necessarily by doing it. So what kind of preparation? Well, it lies primarily in our intentions, our motivation, and a developing and expanding of our motivation, and turning away from being motivated out of any self-seeking reason, and turning towards doing it for altruistic reasons and the more altruism as possible, thinking I'll do this practice really for the sake of all, or whatever I'm going to do is going to be for the sake of all living beings, happiness, freedom from suffering. So this is really the primary kind of transformation that needs to take place. So everyone really has the same wish that we do, which is to experience happiness and to not experience frustration and suffering. And so what we're seeking to do is to benefit beings, through this practice that we're doing.
samba solo yodo samba the yorwa sin chuli ni do.
So this is the awakening mind of bodhicitta, which in terms of its thoughts and feelings are the four immeasurables of measurable love, wishing for happiness and causes of happiness for all sentient beings, measurable compassion, wishing for the freedom from suffering and causes of suffering for all, measurable joy, wishing that beings not be separated from their happiness, and measurable equanimity towards all. Well, it's just sampa, right? Any joy.
That joy Tony, that some nature kai shi dewa, simchi tamji dewa, din show, the mother try show sina, pinkamadota, joy lani to do, not part of the simba choked. That was level. Part of the simba choked the jimba, certain ziba to something, Tama kai shi about some mind, but was lani to Yarwa.
And so that's the mental attitude part, or the intentional part of the bodhicitta, the awakening mind, or this wish for enlightenment, or the desire for enlightenment. And on the other side, there's a practical side, or putting it into action, because it's not enough to just wish that. We want to train our mind in that direction, but you can't leave it at just wishing for others' happiness, but rather to do also whatever we can. And in that, like, practice the six perfections, and practicing generosity, discipline, and patience, enthusiasm, concentration, and wisdom. So to actually to accomplish those wishes as well as whenever we can, to actually bring happiness to beings when we can, or free them from suffering and so on.
Chitang chubaya wo yin min sia de soso la takje se na soso la meje de la kan de chaga do be na chu ya wo de nyam ni xie me de la ni chi me ge xi ju ya wo sen na sen ya wo ani juba la juba ya wo ani chi ma la jin ba dong wa ani ma la ji ba kong ya ani ma la ro ba chi ya la so ba ka yu la yu ke me kurang ge ju lang ko to la khur to wa chi ma gan thong na ya thong ho mixer 진도 와 상바지 다 낭바시나 취바시야 될 mixer 진 되지 차고 이제.
And if somebody is really a Dharma practitioner, then they need to be introspective and to really be checking what their attitude and actions are like, and it's even something that can be obvious to others. If someone is truly a Dharma practitioner, that you can see that they act in a more loving, compassionate way, not harming others, and are generous, show patience, and so on. So these are the kinds of qualities that we need to look for in someone who's developing in the Dharma. So being a Dharma practitioner shouldn't depend upon what kind of situations we run into. We shouldn't just depend on that, what the external situation is like.
Any jing this songs and the cows, any dongbara, walking chin, drink mason, damlas, any julam salango in the cows, any chuba member darwa.
So there's this saying in Tibetan, the fair weather Dharma practitioner, who meets with bad conditions and turns into somebody ordinary. So or something along those lines, is that so when things are going well, the weather is nice, his belly is full, there's friends around, and nothing to get angry about, then you might think, oh, that person looks like a Dharma practitioner. The shape, the aspect looks like maybe they could be highly advanced Dharma practitioner, but then as soon as something difficult occurs, they get angry, get upset, then that's a sign that the person's not really practicing Dharma. So that's some things to think about. Now the source of this practice, the short practice that we'll begin now, is it is a terma. It's a treasure practice that was revealed by the same treasure revealer as the middle length practice we've been doing, Namchu Michu Dorje. And it's a treasure teaching that was left by Guru Rinpoche, Padmasambhava, for him to find. So it's part of the same treasure terma. Rock, Gandes.
Mari. The music to the pain of the Dichila, City Zone Arc,
No.
the Melam de la.
Ninja,
Zone,
not Limbo.
Dang Nimbo, the Dichi. What are human and the Dichi Zoli Chai, Takanji?
Okay, so we'll do this practice, and one thing I want to mention is that, and today we won't do much chanting with melody with it, but I wanted to tell you that I am writing a prayer for Sukhavati practice, and when I'm done doing it, I'm going to give it to David to translate, and we're going to add it on to the end of this practice. And my idea is to make it a beautifully musical prayer practice. Maybe not even in Tibetan style of music. Maybe Western, a little more Western.
I say
style
Western music. He said.
I said Tibetan music. I said I like Tibetan music.
No. Dangde.
Yeah.
Dangde. Melody.
So
Dangde.
So Rinpoche is thinking maybe like a more Western kind of melody. You can see maybe to hit the top 10.
Yeah, because everybody American. I am only one Tibetans. Yeah.
Yeah, it could happen. We can just decide what sounds the most beautiful to us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, some is a short adna. Namo Kunjo Sundan Sawa Sun Jani Nam La Chase Doko Sanje Lago Sanje Jode Senje Namo Kunjo Sundan Sawa Sun Jani Nam La Chase Doko Sanje Lago Sanje Jode Senje Namo Kunjo Sundan Sawa Sun Jane Nam La Chase Doko Sanje Lago Sanje Jode Senje
Khenpo Karten Rinpoche Pelbar Rinpoche Opa Megun Kudoma Zheche Shani Yanshaten Longzhe Zhenchen Chöye Khenpo Zhengwe Shubala Yesu Chete Wanshuka Xie Xie Dazada Yeya Benwa Benwa Zhen Yepe Daje Bedajo Yende Zado Zhechen To Zhe Zhani Kuldomo Yeya Daje Debezhen Yepe Daje Bedajo Sanje Zanje Sambada Ninde Dajo Pameko Sovo Sunje Nesanje Bezo Leni Debe Dewa Jene Ame Dewa Bezo Samaya
So since the recitation and practice is so short, I think I'll say a few words about the practice. Going back to page 2, here starting from the second line, where it says Meto Chuke Peme Teng, on a water-born lotus flower, I appear as the white Bodhisattva Chenrezig, the second line. Okay, so let's recite from here together. On a water-born lotus flower, I appear as the white Bodhisattva Chenrezig. In front, on a lotus and moon disk, sits the Lord of boundless light, Amitabha, red in color, with one face and two hands, resting in the mudra, equanimity, holding a begging bowl, wearing Dharma robes, sits in the Vajra posture. On his right, the powerful Lord of the universe, Chenrezig, white in color. He has one face and four arms. He holds the palms of the first two hands together at his heart, In the second right hand he holds a circle of beads, and in the left a lotus. He stands on a lotus and moon disk. On his left is Vajrapani, the great powerful one, who has one face, 2 arms, and is blue in color. In his right hand he holds a dorje, and in the left a bell. He stands on a lotus and moon disk. Numberless Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Shravakas, and Arhats surround them. In the 3 places of the 3 main deities, lights radiate from the 3 syllables and invite the wisdom deities from Dewa Chen. Now going on the last line of that page. Hum, the land of great bliss, you turn the wheel of Dharma and always look upon sentient beings with compassion, fulfilling your commitment to protect all beings. We offer praise and prostrations to you, Lord of boundless light, whose hands rest in the mudra of equanimity. Ema Ho, to the wondrous Buddha of infinite light, to the great compassionate one Chenrezi, to the great powerful one Vajrapani, and to all the countless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, with a mind of one-pointed devotion, I pray. Please bestow the supreme siddhi. Okay, so I think I'll explain a bit about this word siddhi. Not so.
Dharma kaya, namana kaya, sambola kaya. Tan dina Sanskrit mamboji level yuri. Tan mamboji konju hako modowa. Siddhi adela, chogung udop, tumongung udop ni yuri zanen, chogung udop, tumongung udop dela, and it chendela nemiba, beneti namkalan perwa. Sato ni ji sala dola shabji jaya. Chunanan zuya, tan now chitati and lasoba, Nicola chok, tumongung udopsi. 다 시드 마하 시드스야 돼. 시드스 마하스야 돼. 치모 시드스도 자네. 다 무릎 치모스 조금 무릎스야 돼. 다 딘통들 상지야. 다 오바미 치랑다 와지 nga랑라야. 되지 용고시. 다 은혜지. 다 상지야 되라. 조금 무릎스야. 다 시드스야 돼. 되진데 해잖아.
So there will be many Sanskrit words in this practice, which people may not know or understand at first. And so this word siddhi, we translate that as attainments, or possibly powers at times. But here, being supreme siddhi, there are 2 categories of siddhis. There are supreme siddhis and there are common or ordinary siddhis. So common or ordinary siddhis would include such abilities as the ability to live without ever getting sick. That would be a kind of attainment, kind of power of a person. Or it could be a result of some practice of having long, healthy life. One kind of common siddhi. Or such things as being able to fly through space, pass through the ground, pass through water. Different signs of attainment in practice such as these are again common attainments or ordinary attainments or siddhis. But supreme siddhi would refer to the state of complete enlightenment, such as of Buddha Amitabha, the 3 bodies of Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya, the omniscient liberated body, the Dharmakaya, the true body of Buddha, the Sambhogakaya, the body of complete enjoyment, it's called, but kind of the light wisdom body, and then Nirmanakaya, so emanation bodies, the ability to emanate bodies infinitely. These are all parts of what it means to be a Buddha, and this is all parts of what supreme siddhi, highest siddhi, would entail. So going on from there, We'll say that again. Please bestow the Supreme City. Please bestow the Supreme City. Bless me with the realization of Amitabha. From the bodies of the assembled deities, lights radiate to the west. From the pure land of Dewa Chen, Amitabha's forms, strings of his mantra, and hand symbols in immeasurable numbers fall like rain and are absorbed into me. So, visualize those kinds of things that's described, and we'll recite the mantra.
that the nation some on o Amitabha o Amitabha sine Timana San.
Let's continue saying the Amitabha mantra as with a mala, a rosary. We say Om Amitabha, Amitabha, Now let's read this part in English. Then the Buddha in front dissolves into light and is absorbed into myself. My body, like a rainbow in the sky, appears in the form of Buddha Amitabha. Luminosity and emptiness become inseparable. So Buddha Amitabha, the space before us, transforms into a ball of red light.
And the image in the man, Drimbala level cards, Haggonis up any Jen Tama Tsuchang. And it did a chant of Haggon to what the Druba Chasang Tane. And in Hat the near Sunyang in Atuki, Gombo Bamik, a song Sambayang, or Bamik, a song ranch, Chasang Sabaranka Madaba. And the image in the man, you got a level cups. And it seems you go on in now saying that new center locked up. The Zorse Bakata. Jetan Magi Mambo Yuri, the Qua Mambo Yurita, so Dodo to do Magi a Jun and Dura, the Indijani, Samatane, Simtini, and in Gombo Bamiji to the Chuju Gurangina, and the chance on Saba. Ta Gang Darja and in Gombo Bamiji, Gosong told down, Rangalunga yi Simte, and the Choda Mandibanagi, and the Chiwachijang, Yewamiba. And the chance on Saba, all that in the secret.
So when you do this, meditate as follows, that when Buddha Amitabha transforms into a ball of red light, that ball of red light comes to the crown of your head, and as it dissolves into the crown of your head, hold it there for a moment and meditate, feel that it's purifying all of your negativities you've created through your physical being forever, and that would include, particularly acts of killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, and all other types of physical negativity, of which those are just main examples. And feel that your body is transformed into the nature of Buddha Amitabha's body. Clear wisdom body. And then visualize the ball of light passing down to your down through your central channel of the body down to the throat chakra. And there, as it arrives there, hold it there for a while and meditate that it's purifying all negativity you've created through speech. And to summarize it in things like lying, slanderous speech, abusive speech, and meaningless use of speech, and all other types of negative speech. Feel that's purified, and then your speech becomes the pure speech of Buddha Amitabha, with all of its special qualities. And then the ball of red light passes down to your heart chakra, and as it reaches there, then contemplate that it purifies all of your negativity that you've created in the past through mental actions, thoughts of covetousness, malice, distorted views, denying reality. These are just examples of negative mental states. Think that all kinds of mental states, mental negativity of the past is completely purified, and that your mind becomes a pure, liberated, blissful mind of Buddha Amitabha. So finally, that your whole being, body, speech, and mind, is transformed into the nature of Buddha Amitabha. Feel that it's inseparable. Just like if there was water that was poured into milk and it mixed, there'd be no way that you could ever separate the two. So meditate in this way.
Ninzer kundur jimang orte kada ma churansin unjer ba sanje yine me doran sarsho yene choji me doran sarsho magolnu ibe jasa songse ti chigdung de la ni samno tanne ani sen korang ngola ni si ma chu parsine ani gomja ni zoram nang gomja korisi doe
Does anybody have a copy of that?
Do you have the
Inducing the Dzogchen view.
Dzogchen de Maying Susan?
I thought I should have it.
Okay.
I must have.
저는 도에.
The CD.
Yeah, the little CD booklet. Anybody have that? 'Cause I usually have it with me, but I didn't.
다시 하시오. It's okay. It's okay. 자시오.
Okay. We can maybe paraphrase it a little bit. Okay, so this part here, with this meditating on becoming inseparable with Buddha Amitabha, is the generation stage of the practice, where we're identifying with merging and being the Buddha Amitabha in this way. But then going on to what's called the completion stage of the practice is to meditate on the Tachitang lamna sosu di duba shena.
The devotion
Kana
sing all the day.
sing all the
Sing all the day.
So what this meditation then really becomes at this point is a meditation on the nature of our mind itself. And the words of a verse relate to not wandering, not letting our mind wander after objects, but to extend our mindfulness. And and that the delusions of ignorance, attachment, and aversion are like bandits that are going to harm us if we follow after them. And so we stop their movement. And or we don't follow their movement. And there's a very beautiful words to that line. So we'll go on to that meditation. It says basically to let your mind settle where it is, awaken in your own natural, emergently pure state.
Sanje
Tadi nga chu tren Teng dang bo ge ta de xin xin den dor de de dang e san ni ji ni de la nimbe ka shi jan mun nam dang de de shi nimbe ya da ani nga chu tab de o ji ta ji ni zo ge de la.
So this is our first time doing the short Sukhavati practice, and I want to add a few things to it, supplement it a little bit. But I think this would be convenient practice for us.
Okay. Thank you. Arigato.
Fujiche.
Lasso. Hug. Okay. Yes. Okay. Danki. Arigato. Oh no, today. Just okay. Pema Saling. My friend Lama Three Rinpoche, he was sick. Also, he very yes, you say? Yeah. He's
very old.
Yeah. No, he's a little bit sick. And Koran this Hyung do Hyung do Jani Sani Za Bimbala ni Ngaya Ji Yong Tumnas in a Kabaji flip song. And in any that logic and an draw Yaboyo pass and draw pay Yabochas, Lama, Pemasi, Chubaya, was Shivino. And then the do any long Muma, Susan, the hardy Koran talk, and Stephanie Koran the Sone, and in Ala Shatinji, Drochis in and Koran to another do the Shatin, the Rinpoche Ngala Tizi. That Rinpoche Nyong the lady, Nagi Shatinji Tiu. And the tea, and this hand is up in Banimo. This Shatin, the Nachi Tamaka. Tangagasana, Nachisloma, Sanga, this Kama Manji, and then Rotana, Tinimotela. Koraloma Mambuji Kasakani on any Koran Tinjuk Jan and the Chicago. I think Aranjuata means she the Dharma Center, get Tinani, Makashi in Drone, any Dema, she Imetanga Chiraki into the Majonan, Tinimotelani, much a Tinjoti Ja, any Koran Kadaji Pu, the Zena. Massive Rinpoche sari. Jimse guys in a jiggling at Chimsi there, you Koran paper lamari, Naya paper lamari, Koran pay New Yuri, any Koran could set the internet in a memorable pink talker, the day the Zane, and in agitated the disease in Roger in a pair was the Saturday morning 6 o'clock. Ridoa 7 o'clock, Saturday morning 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The whole day's puja. Then also on the 6 o'clock, then choose to one daughter for the Nichiran Roniona, Kuchi Perochis, Kuchi Perochi, Mayma song on the Peduli Abondos.
And so Saturday, I'm going to Pema Useling to offer long life prayer for Lama Tarchen Rinpoche, whom last year Heidi and Suzanne and Stephanie, and I hope I don't forget anyone, were there and asked me to write this prayer because Lama Tarchen is ill and also quite elderly. And And for many reasons, because we've been friends, and we're both Tibetan lamas, and he has been so beneficial for so many people that I feel it would be very appropriate, to go, and if there was people that wanted to go with me as representatives of Manjushri Center, to offer this prayer. I'm going to send it to David to get an English translation of it, and to offer it at that time. I feel it would be very appropriate and wonderful thing to do. So 7 to 7 is going to be, the service is going to be going on, and we'd have to leave here from about 6. So if anyone wants to go, can go, please do.
Garsi 6 o'clock. The new draw Martin Nayang. Nga 6 o'clock drawing, using the Nasokashi 6 o'clock drawing. Kansina Tini Modela, Shokanhamo Puja, Sobayuri. And it's around morning the Korang Tin Yok de Ningon Jablo injury Samodo. Munek music, Tin Yok de Ningon Jablo, Chusumba, the Javat and the Sela injury. Tanga inji mini 6 o'clock, called the Chusudumba Lepu, Kansina Soban Sokura, Lama Talk. And Chiranson Doniona. Gini Tennessee, Chiso Joa, Goa, Ningon Jalo, Tennessee Yon and Degura, and then also in the Tuberi, to do any also a Lanche, Tambonga, the only chance on the Jableon, and then also Kada, Rinpoche Kada Pu, and then Yam the Tachi Ma La, and then Rinpoche Tijo Pu. The Nessina, pay Awoji, pay and Rodan pay Awoji, and it take us David Chan, Pepurina, Pepton pay Awodo.
Zapember.
Zapimbala.
이제 도서마 통한 케이크죠. Saturday, go for a nice puja on Saturday. So, even if you can't go at that early time, the puja will be going on from 7 in the morning, 7 in the evening. I'll definitely be going early, starting from 6. Susan will be driving. But if you couldn't come that early, it would still be good to come 9, 10, noon, in the afternoon. The actual long life puja ceremony will probably not be until about 3.
I think 3 or 4 something, yeah.
3 or 4 in the afternoon. And so you could still be there in time for that, because what we'll do is whoever's there with me will go in a line and offer a kata to Lama Tarchin, and then recite this prayer together. It would be such a very excellent thing to do. And we're just saying, David, I really hope that you can come on Saturday.
That would be nice.
Anybody who feels like you might be able to come, please do. Anybody, any preliminary feelings about it? Anyone?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe not 6 o'clock, but I
Okay. Oh yeah.
I'd really like to.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dulce. I think
Palpung Khenpo Dilchung Lochö, Mahamudra and Dzogchen.
this I think you
Nangchen
Hey, Susan, keep this one. Today